Truth, you're going to see me live doing this training. And let's see what it has in it. About the training, 7 questions, 50 minutes. We want you to create and share your content confidently in this training. You'll see scenarios related to the policy you violated. You'll have unlimited attempts to get it right. Medical misinformation. Well, there are different types of medical misinformation. The one we focus on in the training is vaccine misinformation. Okay. YouTube doesn't allow content that poses a serious risk of egregious harm by spreading medical misinformation that contradicts the local health authorities or the World Health Organization. Okay. The following policies. We may allow content that includes medical misinformation if the content has educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic context. These exceptions aren't a pass to promote medical information. Well, I never did that though, you know. I was just questioning something and I was erring on that I didn't think it was the case, but... Okay, let's see. What does this say? Oh, it's so small. Okay. Question 1. A community leader uploads a video in which he urges a local residents not to get vaccinated because he believes the vaccines contain cells and tissue samples from aborted babies. Is this a violation? Well, I didn't do that. I didn't tell anyone to go and believe what I was... I questioned what it was. Is this a violation? Well, yes, and I don't do that. I never tell people not to get vaccinated. I get vaccinated. Correct. Okay, where's the next question? Next. What's the point of this? Question 2. Tammy posts a video after getting the influenza vaccine. Tammy posts a video after getting the influenza vaccine. She shares that she becomes permanently paralysed after receiving a seasonal influenza shot. In the video, she warns others not to get the influenza vaccine because you're all going to suffer the same way I did. I could get why she may want to express her opinion on it. I did question before whether that time when I got that cough really badly, a lot of people at work got the flu vaccination at the same time, and I did wonder, and I did put it out there that I wondered about it, but I didn't tell anyone not to get vaccinated because that's your own. You know, you are the control of your own body, not me, not YouTube, not no one. You are, and you're in control of your own mind. But I know the answer they want, is this a violation? Well, yeah, it is. If she's telling you that, because it, you know, obviously everyone has side effects to certain things. And, you know, it could be bigger numbers, isn't it? But of course, the problem is with this is, and this is where it comes the problem, is let's say it's a real case, like Primados. Primados, we now know, is almost likely to have caused the disfigurements in these babies, or the blood disease, which now they're paying out. But if you had been 30 years ago and you put it on YouTube, that you had this and this is what happened, and I would advise you not to do it, you would actually be protecting those people because you were actually right. But of course, I suppose you don't have the medical know-how to be able to prove that, and therefore you shouldn't do it. But actually, you'd been right because you would have stopped all those other women taking Primados or or using the infected blood. But yes, that's the answer. We are not all the same, and some people have side effects of certain medication, which I already know, so I'm not sure why I've answered that, haven't I? Is this fine? Yes, it is. Oh, I have to actually check. That's right! I mean, I don't know why YouTube wants to be why it's so interested in this, when there's so much worse on YouTube that it doesn't take off. Anyway, Safia recorded a conversation with her friend where she claims she became infertile after a chemical abortion using prescription medication mifepristone and misoprostol. Safia urged her friends to avoid chemical abortions or else they will also become infertile. So she urged her friends to avoid. Urge. I suppose it depends on that word, urge. your friends, are you not allowed? I mean, the thing is, this is where it comes like thought crime, in the sense that if you were out in the pub or in your own house and you have your own friends, you know, God doesn't come along and say, well, actually, you committed a violation here. You committed human violation. I told you you're not allowed to urge your friends of anything. I mean, if we didn't urge our friends, if we thought something was, you know, that's a natural instinct, isn't it? So I don't know, urges, here I feel that, you know, like, if it said Safia tells, well, I suppose the thing is because it's her friends. How does YouTube get to tell you what you should tell your friend? Because this isn't about YouTube, because on YouTube you're broadcasting to the world, unless you do it private and then you only have your friends as there. So I don't know really why they're getting into this, but something other friends. Is the violation? Yes, I assume it is. That's right, everything's a violation. Why are they like... I don't know, anyway, that's no. Question 4. In a television interview, I hope you can hear me, uploaded to YouTube, this is TV interview. A paediatrician urges parents to have their children immunised. The doctor also states that natural immunity is much stronger than the immunity than you get from a vaccine. Well, yeah, I think that's true, isn't it? Your own immune system is still better than... But then, I mean, that's arguable in that sense, because your immune system, yes, it's good when it comes to cold and certain things, but in some instances it's not. But most people would say that your immune system is better than that. So I don't know, but this has been on television. So they're probably going to say, no, this isn't a violation because it's been on TV, it's been fact-checked. As if that's like I mean, vis-a-vis Jimmy Savile, vis-a-vis, you know, Hugh Edwards. But I suppose they didn't lie to us, but what they were doing was illegal. But yeah, just because it's on television, I'm sure it's going to be, no, it isn't. Let's see. Correct. This example does not violate our policy. Content that claims that natural immunity is stronger than immunity from vaccines doesn't deny the efficiency of vaccines. Okay. Marcus is a popular creator who shares content about healthy cooking. He uploads a video titled New Diet to Eliminate Cancer and shares several vegetarian and vegan recipes that says are guaranteed to cure cancer. Yeah, well, you see, that's the problem, you know, the word. You see, if he didn't use the word guaranteed, if he said, I believe this can cure cancer, I don't know, would that be okay or not? If he said, like, in my personal experience, I've taken this and my cancer got better, but then obviously we all know that humans can lie, so how do we know he's telling the truth or not? He could just be saying that because he wants to sell these things. But yeah, the guarantee, no one can guarantee, like even doctors are, I'm assuming, urged not to use words like guaranteed because they give prognosis and they don't know, you know, how people will react to certain things. And in life, there's very little guarantee. So he's violating, yes. Oh God, I got all these right. So wait a minute, if I got all these right, why are my videos being removed from YouTube? Question 6. A biochemist uploads a video on YouTube in which she warns viewers to stay away from all vaccines because doctors and pharmaceutical companies are conspiring to use vaccines to alter people's DNA. She says the vaccines are meant to make our immune systems weaker, so we spend more money on doctors and medicine. So is he a whistleblower? Because it says he's a biochemist. But of course we don't know that he really is or not. I mean, I would think that, seems a bit dodgy, but can vaccines alter people's DNA? Because the new vaccines, they do work with DNA, isn't it? Is it the mRNA? They work, is it some kind of DNA? There's something to do with DNA, isn't it? But yeah, I know the answer is, let's see, select all correct answers. Ooh, multiple choice. This video violates policy because the creator claims that vaccines alter DNA. Do vaccines alter DNA? Can you alter DNA? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I wouldn't say it because I'm not a doctor, but I'm assuming it is. This video does not violate the policy. This video does not violate the policy because the creator is a scientist. I wonder how they will answer that one. I suspect they're gonna. Thing is like, who would know? I mean, it's funny though that if you were saying that, because I suspect if I tick that, they would say no, that's wrong. Just because he's a scientist doesn't mean that he knows what he's talking about. Well, a minute, what did he do those 7-10 years worth of training for then? How is the scientist less able to talk about science than YouTube, than the AI that validates these videos, or the people that are employed that probably don't have science degrees or don't have the degrees of knowledge to be able to make these decisions of what is true and what is not? I wonder how they did answer that one. This video does not violate policy because anything saying pharmaceutical companies creates vaccines that gets people in forcing by my man's just an opinion. Saying that pharmaceutical companies create vaccines that get people... Well, I don't think they create vaccines to make people sick. I don't know how hard they work at... Because they don't work together, like in my world, all these scientists would work together and not compete against each other and not keep patents and all that stuff. If they all worked together, they could get to the cures a lot more better, and if money wasn't involved as well. Because I guess there could be some argument that sometimes that if you have a medicine that you have to use a lot that stops you from dying but doesn't cure you, that could be seen as in a company's point of view, which I assume most pharmaceutical companies are companies. But not saying that they're doing this, but from a money-making point of view, if you were money-making and you had something that people kept needing to stay alive but wouldn't cure them, because if you gave something that cured them, that'd be a one-off payment and then you wouldn't get all that money. So I do wonder whether some people may feel that way, but I would hope that the people that would like to be scientists and cure things wouldn't be that way minded, like, businessmen say. So the video does not violate. So this video does not violate the policy because the biochemist is only warning people to avoid vaccines, not forcing them. Well, when the urge was used, that wasn't considered, okay, because he's not warning people. He's not. Well, no one can force you. Who can force you? You can't make a video that could force anyone. Not unless it could somehow get into your mouth. How are you going to force that? Force means when you actually physically force someone, no? You can't force someone verbally, can you? Well, unless you're the boss. You can say, you have to go and do this. And then, yes, there is an element of force there, because there's still an element of choice. But force is... I don't know how this one is going to go now. I wonder whether they're giving, license to scientists to be able to make these claims and say things, but us mere mortals are not allowed to. So I'm going to do just that one. Let's see if I pass down. I'll have to check. That's correct. I got it right. See? Why are they taking my videos? I'm getting everything right. Question 7, last one. In a recorded debate, 2 medical practitioners discuss COVID-19. Dr. Smith claims that much of the global concern was exaggerated and people don't have to worry about COVID-19 because it's almost impossible to get it. Dr. Patel disagrees with Dr. Smith and stresses that COVID-19 presents a serious risk of transmission. Well, yes. It's very easy to get, because I don't know, most people I've met have all got it. Like, we all get the cold and the flu. It's very easy to catch these things. Whether people who are healthy and young really needed a vaccine. But the problem is, like I heard on the caution, I took it because I don't want to be the person who didn't take it because they thought, well, I'm healthy and it's fine. But you don't know it. It may affect you. You may have some underlying condition you didn't know about. But I do wonder, like, the vast majority of healthy people probably didn't need to take these things because it only affected, well, not always, because there were some people that they said were, that didn't have any medical conditions, but then some people say, well, they had an underlying one, so I don't know. We weren't told very much of that science by all the scientists and politicians, and there's never been a programme afterwards to sort of say, well, listen, this is the stats I would have loved. This is a person, we know they didn't have any medical conditions. We checked them and we can find that even after death, they didn't have any medical conditions. And yet they still died and they were healthy. And then, yes, but I erred on the caution and took it. And because I wouldn't want to not take it and then be those people that end up dying when they could have lived. So yeah, this video violates policy because Dr. Smith spreads misinformation about how transmission. This video doesn't violate the policy because the two doctors just share their medical opinion and their views are equal to that of any health authority. This video doesn't violate the policy because Dr. Patel contradicts Dr. Smith and provides accurate information. I'm going to go for that one. Now, the thing is with this is in my videos that I've got banned and why I've decided to just take this training and see how it is, no harm to know what they want, is that I contradicted the video and said that it's interesting, but I doubt these bits and it doesn't make sense. But you make up your own opinion because you're a human being with your own mind. God has given you that, and no one should be telling you what to believe and what not to believe. That's called a dictatorship, unless I'm much mistaken. We're meant to be living in a democracy of freedom. But I guess I know why this is happening, because social media companies are the ones that the media always complains about when it comes to misinformation and conspiracy and all that kind of stuff. It's our power as human beings to be able to speak what we truly believe as much as a TV presenter can speak and given the same audience. But of course, there is a problem to that. Like I've said many times, I'm sure it's true. The problem is then you don't know what's true and what's not, because in the media, certain medias, they have to do fact checking. Social media, they don't actually have to do it. They don't, anyone can put a video and say anything they like, and you don't know if they're telling the truth or not. They can make up they're a doctor, wear a white coat. They could be working in a hospital and put on a white coat and say all sorts of things, and you then may believe them. And there are people who are more susceptible to believing things. So I get why YouTube is doing this, because it's protecting those people that may be more vulnerable, maybe will be that will be swayed by hearing something and not do something and then put their life in danger. Yes, that's why I think it is important that you're very careful, like I try to be when I talk about these things. But sometimes I do get carried away and I talk about, this idea or that idea, and maybe I don't see that this could be harmful. But really, when only 5 to 10 people watch my videos, could they not let it slip? I mean, go for the big boys, huh? Before you start coming to me. Go for all the other violations of YouTube videos and things that shouldn't be on there that are on there. All the copyrighted material, the full films and all that kind of stuff. All right, so let's see, did I get it right? Oh, this one I'm not sure. That's correct. When Dr. Smith's statement contradicts consensus, health authorities and violates our policy by claiming COVID-19... Yeah, see? So even though I did it, didn't make any difference. Should have been a doctor, shouldn't I? Nice work, you completed the training. We appreciate you taking the time. Yes, what's next? Your warning will expire on the 11th of January 2025. If you violate medical information again before this warning, you'll get a strike. I don't know whether I will get a strike or not, because I have edited them. And the thing is they give you a time code. And because I put 368 twice, they gave a different time code. Now, I listened to both time codes, and the one I think that was egregious for them was the one where I offhandedly mentioned about that TED Talk Bill Gates comment. And maybe, I shouldn't have said that because I don't know what's in his head and why he said that. And I guess also in the video where the last one you'll see before this, I've already talked about that, and that, this idea of why did he think the numbers would go down because of vaccines and healthcare getting better? I don't get that, but I know that a lot of people talk about the numbers and the numbers being big, and wanting to. I don't know whether people are concerned about the numbers or not. Let's put it that way. I don't know. Sometimes I guess I speak without, maybe that's why I get myself in trouble. It's very difficult as a human being who's not on TV to have to sort of make sure that exactly everything you say can't be taken in one way or the other. But hopefully now that I've done this training, I won't stir again. But I just hope that I've edited out the bits that they time-coded, that, I can see that, okay, maybe this could be misconstrued or seen that way if you didn't listen to all of my videos or didn't know me. I guess it wasn't my intention to do that. So I've edited the bits out. I've done 2024 editions, going to release them with these two at the same time, just in case there is a strike, so you get these two at least. And then I may be off for a few months. Hopefully not, because they gave me the time codes. I removed the bits that they time coded. Of course, the thing does say that there may be other bits they were against, but I don't know whether they just randomly picked times, because it's strange that they had 2 different times on that. And they come back very quickly, which makes me think it's not humans doing it, it's AI. But we'll see what they decide. Hopefully not. Because I listened to both of them to see if I could listen to bits that I could edit out. I think I did edit one other bit out of the 368, because I wasn't sure which bit they didn't like. I think there was another bit where I thought I wasn't sure about that, and just to make sure that I've listened to it and that, yeah, I don't see anything about this. I question things. I said I don't know. So I don't know. And the 368 was mostly Sky News and was it NBC clips that I put, and one of them I think was talking about Donald Trump. So I don't, if based on what I've read here, it's not a problem. So we'll see. Take care, take it easy, God bless, and peace.